What's going on, guys? It's Dan and Tom here from Table Tennis Daily. Today we're in the Table Tennis Daily Studio with a brand new review, looking at the STIGA Carbonado 45 and 90 blade. These two new blades are an addition to their predecessors, the Carbonado 145 and 190. The main structural difference between the 45 and 90 to the originals is that the 45 and 90 have a thinner carbon layer, the carbon used being STIGA's signature Textreme carbon. The Carbonado 45 and 90 use 64 grams per square metre of carbon, whereas the 145 and 190 use 100 grams per square metre of carbon. This 36% less carbon in the 45 and 90 is designed to give a more woodier feel than the previous models. The compositions of wood within the 45 and 90 are the exact same. The only real difference between the two are how the carbon fibres are applied. The 45's carbon layer is placed at a 45-degree angle, and the 90's carbon layer is placed at a 90-degree angle. These different angles affect the trajectory of the flight of the ball. The carbon layers within these blades seem a lot thinner than other blades. For example, here is a close-up of the Butterfly Viscaria blade in comparison to the Carbonado 90. The blades are crafted using STIGA's traditional look, with sharp features and very solid feel. The Carbonado 45 in this review weighs 93 grams, and the 90 weighs 90 grams. Both blades have a thickness of 6mm. Myself and Tom used both blades in the review, using the new STIGA Genesis rubbers on both sides of the blade. Initially, we noticed that the ball did not shoot off rapidly like we usually expect from carbon blades. The 45 and 90 both possess more of a popular STIGA wood feeling rather than a carbon one. It was apparent from early on that the blades were not amazingly fast due to the lower carbon ratio, but the high quality Textreme produces a great sweet spot and clean contact, which aided our control. When doing an exercise, I felt I had to make good use of my legs and body to produce power on the ball. We felt the two blades both fell between the medium to hard in terms of density, with the feedback being both woody and carbon, a rare quality that we haven't really encountered before, except for the earlier models 145 and 190. This flexibility gave us a lot of feeling and control for our strokes.
So today we've been testing the Carbonado 45 and 90, the new Carbonados. We found they're a little bit more slow and controlled feeling than the previous 190 and 145. So we'll just do a quick comparison between them both, the 45 and the 90. So first the 45. Okay, and now the 90.
The Carbonado 45 and 90 are both very similar in terms of speed, with the 45 producing a touch higher arc in strokes than the 90. When playing topspin attacks with the 90, the ball has a more direct trajectory than the 45, which has a higher throw angle. What we really like about both of the Carbonados in general is the dwell and control. Although the blades have a thin layer of carbon, the wood soaks the ball into the core of the blade, producing lots of spin. This was evident against backspin. This extra dwell helped with my accuracy on the 5th and 7th ball shots. One attribute I noticed throughout was I didn't make too many easy mistakes that you can sometimes find with faster carbon blades. My favourite shot at the moment is the Backhand Flick. Perhaps I was inspired too much by Fan Dong in the review of the Carbonado 145 blade. If you haven't seen that review, be sure to check it out in the link below. So yeah, before I get carried away by being mesmerised by Fan Dong again, the Carbonados are great when it comes to putting spin on the ball. Using the Backhand Flick, I was able to put Tom under all sorts of pressure, through applying lots of rotation on the ball, or through good ball placement. Both blades gave me the feeling and accuracy needed to take advantage of the point, especially on the follow-up with the backhand topspin. An aspect I like about the 90 is that I can punch through the ball very easily with the backhand. It's got a nice woody crisp feel, which I like. Here's some examples of doing a backhand punch against spin. So as you see, it's got a nice crisp contact, nice woody feel, lots of control. Another area where this blade shone was in the blocking department. When blocking, you can feel the large sweet spot, giving great consistent contact when trying to control the ball onto the table. This is also due to both blades not being super fast. So I thought it would be a good idea to compare the 45 with the previous 145 blade. Here's some forehands looking at the speed with the 45 and the control. That was the 45. Here's the 145 Carbonado. Wow, it's definitely noticeable that the speed in 145 is definitely greater than the 45, probably due to the extra thicker grams of carbon within the blade. 45 definitely has a woodier feel, a bit more control, but I definitely notice more of a carbon feel with the 145. Both fantastic blades. So as Dan compared before, we're now going to do a direct comparison between 90 and the old Carbonado 190. So first off, let's try the 90. Okay, and now the 190. Yeah, so straight away, obviously they do have quite a similar feeling. The biggest thing I notice is the lighter feeling and the quickness that the ball leaves, the 190. You really feel like it's leaving the blade a lot quicker. Whereas compared with the new 90, you feel like you've got a bit more dwell time, a bit more safety, and that slightly, as Dan mentioned previously, that slightly woodier feeling. Here are a selection of open points between me and Tom in match play, using both the 45 and 90. Conclusion. The Carbonado 45 and 90 are very solid carbon blades with a lot of control. These blades have not been designed for high-end speed, with the focus being more on consistency and feeling. that the woody feel provides. For players who like to play a lot of speed, the 145 and 190 would be more suited to them, as they're a bit more faster by around 10 to 20%. The 45 and 90 are faster than a rosewood blade, for example, however not as fast as a Janjica ALC. These blades are for offensive players who prefer to have control over speed. They suit most offensive all-round players who like to play more tactically and not purely base their game on fast attacks. Between the two blades, I preferred the 90 over the 45 as I liked its direct nature. The two blades are both very similar speed-wise, but the 90 does create more of a direct trajectory, which I like especially on my backhand for aggressive punch type shots. The 45 felt more suited from mid-distance to away from the table, whereas the 90 worked well from top of the bounce at close range. As mentioned previously, the dwell is high on these blades, which work well for producing spin on the ball from serves and open up shots. These two blades are excellent for blocking and mixing up the play, where they felt suited for an all-round base game, with enough speed to play outright winners when necessary. Due to the hardness, I think medium rubbers would be optimum on this blade, such as the Genesis S, Tenergy 05 FX or a Tensor type rubber. The Carbonado 45 and 90 are unique blades in the sense that they are made with carbon, yet both are notch slower when compared to their predecessors and other popular carbon blades. This reduced speed creates more control. The thinner carbon texturing layer lets the ball soak further into the blade, making more use of the blade's inner wood veneers. This means the blades both have a woody and carbon feeling that we really like. The Table Tennis Daily Equipment Review Centre is now flooded with reviews on all the latest table tennis products. Be sure to check it out in the link below for more reviews of all your favourite table tennis equipment. Thanks for watching.